Hello, and welcome to Minecraft Jerusalem. This episode is a little bit different from the one we left yesterday. In the meantime, here, in between, I've straightened out this wall a little bit. I felt like it just needed to be straighter, and it was. This part of the retaining wall I had built before, back when I was going to do everything a lot straighter than I did. I had laid things out, and at any rate, when I went back and made my corrections, I saw that I needed to come back in and straighten things out a lot better than they were. This seems like it's a little irregular right here. Well, that's because I've added in these walls since and I haven't added in over here. This is just sort of a wireframe structure, and this was just work that I did along the way as I was trying to work out where things went. And what I have decided I'm going to do is just sort of start outlining things with a wireframe structure all around ancient Jerusalem, so that other Minecraft players eventually can come and fill it in and have the fun of building and learning about Jerusalem in the days of the first century. Now, we call it the first century, but it's the first century of the Common Era. Now, when I was a boy, way back in the 1900s, we called everything, all of the years, BC, before Christ, or AD. Now, some of us, before you hear before Christ, well, before Christ was born, and then AD, we thought that meant after death. But no, not after his death. AD was a Latin term that meant Anno Domini, or the year of our Lord. And often that was used. The year of our Lord. It's even on our Constitution. In the year of our Lord. And it's been called that for many years, but back in the late 1900s, a lot of the scholars who work on history and anthropology and sociology and archaeology and, well, they got together and they decided we don't want to call it AD anymore. It just bothered them. And so they don't do that anymore, and they've started calling it the Common Era, indicating that mankind had something of a shared history after that point, and it was just convenient to go on using the year of our Lord AD and just renaming it CE for Common Era. And instead of BC before Christ, they say before the Common Era, so they keep the BC. They'll put in BCE sometimes. I think they're starting to drop that a little bit. This is going to be around the time of about, when Jesus was walking through these parts. And so the city of Jerusalem is not going to be as large as it was when the temple was destroyed by the Romans. But what I want to do is lay out the streets and lay out the city walls. And of course, I can't do that today. This is a huge map. It was all I could do just to map the terrain. Now, since yesterday, when I uploaded the first video, I discovered that about the time that I had started work on this, somebody else, who is much more skilled than I am, put together their own version, and it's a wonderful version of Minecraft Jerusalem, and I would urge you to go see it. I'm not sure, it's so good, I'm not sure that I'm going to continue even with this one. They did a very good job, but my idea is to sketch it out and then uh, make it available so that other people could do it. His is already completely done, and I think it'll be a wonderful teaching tool, and I may show it to you the next time I'm out and about. Well, maybe not the next time, right now, because I think I mentioned last episode they've just changed Minecraft from version 12.2, which is what I'm using right now, to version 13. And back when I was first doing this in the year 2015, it was version 1.8. So now it's version 1.12.2, and they've just updated to 1.13. And that this world, I tried to upload it to 1.13, but the file corrupted, and so that's why I'm on my backup now, and lost some of the stuff that I did in the last episode. But that's okay, because I wanted to go back and correct this part anyway. And some of the stuff that had been done previously, you might remember in the last episode, all of this was covered over, completely covered over, and that's not done now. So I think before I go about building walls like this, oh, I think I promised you that I was going to help build a wall and show you one way of doing that. And here we go. So I'm going to select smooth sandstone, and look at this. Okay, so now I'm in position, and I'm going to back up just a little bit using that S key, and by hitting that space bar and holding on to it, now I'm not double tapping it, I'm not tapping it over and over again, I'm just holding on to it, and that makes me jump up and down, and I'm holding it down with a finger on my left hand, and now with my right hand I am holding down the mouse button, and that's coming out through the speakers of my computer, that sound, as it is going up, just up and up. All I have are the block sounds on. I don't have the music on, or some of the ambient sounds, as they're called. So anyway, that's how I built those walls. Just doing that, just hitting the space bar with my left hand and hitting the right mouse button with my right hand, and just going straight up. And in creative mode, it doesn't hurt to fall from a high place. And so that's the way I just hit my S button and back up, and whoa, and it didn't hurt a bit. Now, if you were in survival mode and playing the game, well, if you didn't have enchanted feather falling boots, well, that would hurt quite a bit. As a matter of fact, if you weren't at full health and didn't have full armor, you might be in trouble falling from a place like that. This is a very high wall. I think I measured it at right around 32 blocks high on the corner. That measurement is gone now, and all of that work is gone, because again, my file corrupted. It opened up great chasms all over the place, and for some reason my backup was of a few sessions ago and not the most recent one. I don't understand why computers sometimes do that. They say computers don't make mistakes. Well, they do, and they'll make a mistake because the programmers made a mistake somewhere. It's called a bug, and they have to fix those. Sometimes they do fix them. Sometimes the fix creates more bugs and more glitches and more problems. Well, nothing's perfect. Not in this world. No. If everything was perfect and everybody did right, it'd be heaven, wouldn't it? But things are good. So you might even want to turn your sound off rather than listen to that all day. I'll show you how to do that. If you hit the escape button, that gives you options. Then you can go to music and sounds, and see I've got my master volume at about 42, my music off, my weather sounds are off, hostile creatures off. I'm not playing with hostile creatures. I've got my friendly creatures off. I could turn them up, I guess, because, and I'll show you how to do that. But my block noise right now is 100%. So I'm going to drop that down so that it's a little softer, because I do like to hear it, just not so much. Now let's go back and see if that isn't a little quieter. There. That's better. You know, when my wife listened to the video yesterday, and I've got a cold, and I wanted to talk softly as I was doing the video, and because I'm right up next to the microphone here, and I just wanted this to be a peaceful and fun little thing. And she said, "Are you trying to be the Bob Ross of Minecraft?" Well, I'll take that as a compliment. He was awfully entertaining, very pleasant, very peaceful to listen to, and painted some wonderful pictures. And so here we are in our own happy little world of Minecraft. Something like that. See, there's my moon coming up. I think I told you last time that I wanted this texture pack just because of the moon, and I found all of the other bricks and blocks that they have in here, and I thought that was really nice. Now I'm going to change the time. Time set day. If you hit the slash, you get into your command console, and you can give Minecraft commands. If you have your cheats on, as they call it, in survival mode, you can do it. Or if you are in creative mode, of course, you can do it. And there we are. It's just easier to see that way. Now, you might have noticed when we were flying around yesterday that there were some animals out there that spawned. There. I'm going to have some fun with this. Just because I want to. Moo. Yes, moo. I want to give her a name. I don't know where the name tags are. Might take me a while to find one. Well, when I find a name tag, I'll give that cow a name. There's the name tag. I don't know why it's under tools, but it is. So the way this works, I think the way it works is you go up to the creature, and if I hit it with the left button, the right button, oh, that didn't work, did it? Come back here, cow. Well, it doesn't seem to work in creative mode, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just call you cow. All right. Back to work. Again, I'm just outlining the retaining wall, and along here, these are the colonnade. This is where there was a huge porch. I think I told you it had 126 columns, great big columns. And I'm going to have to do some math and figure out where those columns go, and then I'll put them in place. I'm going to calculate where all of the different distances are by the coordinates, and then I'll do some math and I'll figure out where to put my columns, and we're going to build up the walls. I'm going to have to go back to my research and find out how high these walls were up above the great pavilions, the courts, the floor of the court that was set as Herod enclosed this mountain before the temple itself was built. And so we'll be doing those things in time. What I'll be doing henceforth is planning out the episodes. This was more of an episode of opportunity here, and I did promise I was going to show you how to build a big wall like that. Later on, when I know a little bit more about some of the tools, I might show you how to use different programs that make it easier to build huge structures, just like this one. But I'm not doing that today. So in the future, what I'll do is I'll have a plan of what I intend to do. I'll take measurements. I'll write down coordinates. I'll do all the math ahead of time, and then I'll show my work so that you can see how that happens, and then we will make Minecraft Jerusalem come to life. Well, at least in wireframe. At least mark out where things are. And I'm looking forward to that. So please join me next time as we discover ancient Jerusalem in the days of Jesus right here on Minecraft Jerusalem.